A warm welcome again to everybody, ministers, honoured guests, friends, ladies and gentlemen. We are delighted to have so many top researchers, senior industry representatives, so many transport international organisations, so many ministers, senior politicians and senior civil servants with us. And this idea of bringing all these actors together is one of the key reasons that this forum was set up. A second reason to set up the forum was to respond to globalization. The transport sector is vital for globalization, of course. In the 90s, our organization expanded its membership from 20 countries to over 40 countries by taking in all the countries of Central and Eastern Europe. And I think they have all benefited from the membership of our organization. Now, with the creation of the forum, we are at 51 member countries, including all the OECD non-European countries. And we are delighted with the positive engagement from all of these countries, and they are very welcome here. And now we will invite China, India and Brazil also to join in. And we are very pleased that especially India has sent such a strong delegation of senior politicians and researchers to be present in this meeting. We are delighted. Thank you for that. A third aim in setting up the forum was to try and look at the transport sector as a whole. There was no other organisation doing that. There are modal organisations, but the idea that an organisation would look across the transport system was one that certainly was needed. So all of these aims, to be more inclusive, to be more global, and to be more integrated, will of course take us time. But I think we are starting in a good way, and it's definitely the right direction. We have strong cooperation with over 50 organisations in the transport sector, and we want to build on that and build more partnerships with industry and with the companies involved in the transport sector, so that we can contribute also to raising the level of the debate in transport, something I think that is needed. Now, a final aim in setting up the forum was to try and contribute to getting a better understanding in public discourse on the role and importance of transport. The role and importance of transport to societies and in economies is often underestimated, and it gets far less strategic attention than it should. Usually, when we are in the news in transport, it is because something has gone wrong, because there's a strike or an accident. So we need to be more proactive in the way we deal, I think, with our reputation in the world. Now, on the subject of climate change, well, I think the theme fits with this global, strategic and multifaceted aims that we are trying to follow, so it is a very challenging theme. In the transport sector, though, there is an enormous gap between the reality of what's happening in transport and the political aspirations we are seeing. Most of the figures indicate that global emissions from transport will maybe double by 2050, while the political ambitions now you see emerging are for minus 50% by then. And for the moment, we do not know how to meet that challenge. We do know, though, that there are a lot of things we can do in the short term to get us some way there. And this event provides an opportunity to showcase many of these, whether it's eco-driving in trains or cars, or it's better tyres, or it's stop-start technology, or it's successes in policy like pricing. So you can see these, and we can discuss them here in the exhibition, and you will see that we have many things going on in the transport sector that can make a difference. But these also need to be implemented. In the longer term, it is clear, as has been said, that a more fundamental change is needed. If I put it simplistically, to even stabilize emissions from cars, for example, by 2050, compared to now, would require vehicles to divide their existing emissions by a factor of 2 or 2.5 to 3. But to reduce the emissions by as much as 50% will require a reduction of a factor of 4, 5 or 6 in the emissions of cars. And it's clear that to do this, we need new technologies. And what are these technologies to be? Is it electricity? Where will we get the electricity? So this forum is a wonderful opportunity for the experts we have here, for the politicians we have here, to discuss this and try and face this major challenge. And of course, similar challenges exist for the other modes as well. And the same opportunity applies. To support these short-term and longer-term aims, we also need other things in our sector. We need better data and we need better analysis of the options. For the moment, most of the countries present cannot say with any accuracy how their policies impact on CO2 emissions. So we need to raise, I think, the level of the analysis that we have. Anyway, I hope you all found something interesting and useful here. We are delighted that you could be here. We would like you to visit the exhibition, participate in the various panels, and talk among yourselves. So that's all I'd like to say.